Hello all, my name is Andrew Lewis. I am the owner-operator of GL Rustic Design, and today we're going to be building a simple, easy farmhouse end table. So just for time's sake, I went ahead and I've cut all my wood up. So first you're going to need 4 pieces. That's been cut at 16 inches. This will be your legs. These are cut at, both of these are 2x4s. These are cut at 22.5 inches long. And then you need 2 pieces at 11 inches. And then for the top, you'll need 4 pieces of 2x6 at 11 inches each. And then for the sides, also 2x6, this would be the breadboard ends. You'll need these cut at roughly 23 inches. You end up cutting them down at the end when you measure. The first thing that we're going to do is you'll take all 4 legs. Oh, and also, like I said, you can use a square or you can use a tape measure here, but you want to line off 3 inches. And this will be the bottom shelf. This is where it lines off at. So just for quick and easiness, just draw a line across here so I know, where I need to mount this bottom shelf. And then for pocket holes, I'll be using 1.5-inch pocket holes, and then also I have a few 2.5-inch pocket holes. All right, so after you've lined these off, take one at a time. Take your pieces that you cut at 16. And then so if you have a nice flush table, you can do it. You can do it this way. So you want to take 2 of your pocket hole screws. Put the 16 and the leg at a 90-degree angle, and then take your Kreg bit that it comes. You can go to Lowe's or your local hardware store and get these bits and screws. But you just want to screw these together. Like so. And then take the other side, do the same thing, and this will give you half of one of your legs. And then the reason we drew the line, if you'll take the other 16, line it up with that line you drew. Make sure the bottom of this 2x4, make sure everything's lined up nice and neat. You can use a clamp here if you need to, just to hold it still. Just make sure it stays lined up because it'll throw your X's off at the end. And then get those 2 in, flip it over. So make sure it's still lined up. Okay, and then that's one of the base frames. We'll set that to the side. And then we'll do the same method. Take the third 16 is you
cut 2 more pocket holes.
Also, just to tell it while I'm doing this, so just kind of the future way I would like for this channel to go. I would like to get to the point of doing a voiceover. So pretty much I would just be working, and then I will record myself talking of, you know, walking through it so that I don't really forget anything. And then also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for all future farmhouse videos. We'll do such things as doing end table this week. I would like to post maybe 2 videos a month or so, with time allowing. Also, my next video will be a farmhouse coffee table. It'll be approximately 4 foot wide, just to give you a reference. And then I would like to, you know, get into farmhouse kitchen tables. I build entertainment centers, kitchen islands, bed frames. I have one of those coming up. I'll probably video that one. So just please subscribe, like my page, like my video, just to get my name out there. Also, I have a Facebook page and Instagram. They're both called GL Rustic Design. If you go swing over there and like those as well. Have them straight up and down on the first one. So the bottom shelf will be 2 2x6s, which, like I said, they're about 5.5 inches each. So that equals 11 inches in the width that you'll need at the bottom, at the top as well. So if we went ahead and cut these at 11, that's the same distance. So we're kind of jumping ahead. I hand drilled the pocket holes in the back. So you have 2 pocket holes to connect 2 pieces of wood on the inside, like so. So 2 here, and then you're gonna have 2 going outwards to connect to the legs. Same concept as earlier. Have a clamp so it doesn't move. Alright, now once that's done, grab a leg, then we'll set the shelf down on top of the leg. You have 2 pocket holes here.
Make sure that's nice and flush. Hold it down. Seems to come out good. You take your other leg. I just flip this over. So you'll set the other leg down first. You can do the front or the back. Take the one that you just put the bottom shelf onto, like so. Set that one down. Down with 2 screws. Those are together. Come back and finish these top 2x4s that we cut at 11 inches earlier, just to kind of, you know, connect the whole frame here. Alright, now that the base is assembled, it's time to do the extra base, or this is my funnest part.
What once was a 2x4, and I just ripped it in half, so 1 3/4 down the middle, so I can make these X's. There's really no easy way of doing these, but the way I do them is, so you'll take half of one, and then you can line it up. If you want to do the math, you can. You know, it's up to you. It's probably best if you laid it down. And just kind of set it on top. Just make sure that both corners are nice and flush with the edges. Draw you a line. Draw you a nice line for the angles, and then you have the angles cut. It should fit pretty close. You might have to go back and cut it again, but this one actually fit perfect. So what you'll do next, you usually take a 2-inch screw, and it has a little Torx head on it, and that's what I use to drive to hold these the big X in place.
maybe 2 more screws in there.
Right, and then the next part of the X, same concept as the first part. You want to line it up, but you're going to make 2 individual cuts to fill in the rest of the X. Like I said, so you have your 2 cross cuts, and then you're going to have your 2 in the middle. And I like to put a little T just so I know which one's top and which one's bottom.
Alright, when you come back, same concept as before. Pop some more screws in there. The bottom, we'll have the top piece. Kind of angle those in there. You can see how this. You have this one that needs to go down a little bit more, and you have this one that sits in there like so, and then it'll come up.
Trim nail gun, and then I just shoot 2 nails through the tops of each one of these just to kind of hold them.
Pop 2 more nails in here. If you want to come back,
Whatever joinery method you would like to use, whether it be pocket holes, dowel and glue, however. So if you have all, this is going to the top. If you have all 2x6s cut at 11 inches each, we'll put this together first, and then we'll do the 2 breadboard ends. Just kind of make it all. It'll be roughly a 22 by 22 square. It might be give or take, half an inch in some places. So on the bottom of these, this is the kind of way I do it. You can, like I said, you can do it however you see fitting. So just to connect the pocket holes, so the 2 on the ends will be to connect the breadboard ends, and then the ones you see in the middle on the first 3 connects all 3 of these. So if you took it, flipped them around, so that they're all, so I like to do both of my ends with 2 pocket holes, and then the ones in the middle just to have 1 to connect the breadboard ends. I don't know why I started it like that, but I guess to cut down on screw costs, not real sure. So anyway, so if you have them, you want to make sure these are all nice and lined up. You can, start with 2, grab you a clamp, put it on the corner where they meet, just to keep them nice so they're not wobbly when you come out. Do the first one, and how you know you don't want to drill too far into the other piece of wood, because the screw will come out on the top of this, and that's what you don't want. Anyway, so we'll do all 4 of these. So make sure it's good and lined up. Pop a screw in there. We'll do the 4th one. So this is just some old scrap wood I had laying around. This would probably be an end table in my house. We might turn it into a nightstand. Now that those 4 are in, just turn the top around and do the same thing going backwards.
over the past, so I've been in business roughly a year and a half or so. I've learned a lot. I've had others, teach me some things and whatnot. So I'm trying to, I've slowly progressed in how I've done things. Like I said, once you connect all four of these, it comes like this, and it's very, very sturdy. And just so there's no screw, there'll never be any screw holes on the top. So flip this back over to the bottom. You'll take, like I said, when the 2x6
Pieces that you have, that you've cut it 23 inches long or so, line it up with one side, and then take a pen, pencil, whatever, and then come to the other side, and then just draw your line, and that's where you want to cut it. Like I said, you can take measure it up. This one actually comes out to about 21 and a half. When these pieces of wood come from the factory, they're really not. They cut them at 2x6, so they cut them 6 inches long or 6 inches wide, and then they shrink down after they leave the store and they've dried and healed and whatnot. So you can really never tell if it's going to shrink. They usually shrink about half an inch. Sometimes they'll shrink 3/4 of an inch, or if you try to cut it from the beginning, if you're off 1/8 of an inch, then your piece of wood is not going to line up and it's not going to look right. So I just prefer to just draw a line so it's accurate every time. Cut it about an inch. Cut it about an inch over. So the same thing how we put the front together. We'll just put a clamp there, and then take our Kreg jig bit, and then just drill. Usually put this one in. Turn around, do this side.
Then twist it around. Grab your other piece. Take your pen. Draw your line. So these are very, very rough cut pieces. We'll take a sander. Probably do a different video since this is my first video. And we'll take I have a 4-inch Makita belt sander that I use for all my older pieces. And then I also have a DeWalt 5-inch palm sander that I use for my smaller pieces. Like I said, I've ran these through the planer, which is also a DeWalt 13-inch planer. So that does a lot of your cleaning up as far as the wood defects, any cuts or whatnot that the wood has. And then, but it really cuts down on your sanding time. When I first started, I didn't have a planer. I slowly worked my way up. And I quickly realized how much time I was saving by just having a planer. So anyway, so these are top.
Breadboard ends, and all these, they're pocket holes. It's holding the middles together, so it's all extremely sturdy. Top down first. Set the base down on it, like so. Really leave like the head of the screw out so you don't bust through the top of it. And there we go. You have a farmhouse end table. Get back here to see it. It's nice and sturdy, built for hardly anything.